Hello, everybody. This is Georgiana and Meredith from Creativity for Kids, and today we are going to do an extra special sensory exploration of both our beach and mermaid sensory bin. So, Miss Meredith, take it away.
Thank you, Georgiana. Thank you, Felicia, and thank all of you for being here today. As Georgiana said, we're not only doing one sensory bin, but we're doing two. So we have our mermaid and our beach. And this is so fun because where I live, there's snow outside. So I'm really looking forward to going to the beach. So let's open it up and see what's inside. All right. So I love these kits because they come in these amazing tubs that have so much room to play in. And when you're done playing, you can always put the top back on and put it away for later. So here's our handy dandy instructions. And what we have here is our sand. And this sand is special sand. This sand is moldable, so you can shape it into different things. Now, I just took it out of this bag, and I just wanted to show you, this is a resealable bag. So when you're done playing with your sand, if you want to put it away, hold on to your bag and you can put it back in your bag. So let's go ahead and open up our sand and put it in our bin. Okay, so why don't you go ahead? Oh my goodness, this feels so neat. So this is what our sensory bins are all about. Being able to touch and squeeze and pull apart and watch your different components, the things that come in your kit, and see how they feel and see how they act. So this is sand that seems to be just kind of dripping right off of my hands. And it's so cool because it's, like I said, it's moldable. So if you wanted to make a snowball out of your sand, oh my God, I want to make a snowman out of my sand. You can. And so right now though, I'm just gonna spread it to fill up the entire bottom of my sensory bin, just like that. Oh, this is so neat. All right, Georgiana, have you played with this type of sand before?
I have when we first opened it, but I haven't recently.
Okay, well, it is such a joy. All right, so what else do we have in our kit? We have a bunch of, these are stickers that can go on the inside or outside of your bin. So they're super easy to peel. Here's our little turtle. And I'm going to put him right here on the inside of my bin. I'll hold that up so you can see. Hello, little sea turtle or beach turtle. And who else do we have? We have a sunshine. We need some sunshine. As I was talking to Felicia, sunshine just makes everything better. Makes everybody happy. We'll put our umbrella with the beach and a little starfish, maybe right here. So you can put these on wherever you'd like. And since they're vinyl stickers, you can move them around. They're not like totally stuck for good. So if you wanted to move your turtle, you can just peel them off and move them to the other side if you want. So there's a lot of things you can do with your a lot of places you can stick your little stickers. Look how cute this is. This is a little flamingo float. I'll hold it that way. So cute. Oh yes, this is definitely making me want summertime to come. And how about our pineapple? We put our pineapple on here too. Okay, and I'll save the rest for later. What else do we have? We have Mr. Crab. Mr. Crab is really cool because he is made out of foam. So he's really soft and squishy. And you can actually shove him into the sand wherever you want. So I'm going to put him right here for right now. And you can build up a little sand behind him if you want him to stand up a little bit, just like that. Wow, we have all of these really fun sand castle molds. So you can fill them up with sand and see if the sand will mold to the sand castle. Let's give it a try. So I'm going to take some sand and put it in the sand castle mold. And then, oh my God, it works so good. Look at that. No. Okay, so now I have this really cool sand castle that I'm going to put next to my Mr. Crab. Okay, let's see how the yellow one looks. Oh, this is really neat. I think maybe it's been a long time since I played with this kit, so I'm really kind of excited about that. How well that did. Let's see if this one does as well. Okay, fill her up. And then you kind of just knock it against your hand. And it comes out so perfect. Look at that. That is so neat. It looks like it's a sandcastle for real. Okay, I'll put that in the corner over here.
You have like a whole little sand town.
You have a sand town. This is very sweet. Okay, those are super cool. So if you have this kit at home, I highly recommend trying out making your little sandcastle town. We have, ooh, this is one of those sound tubes. Oh. So why I like this so much is because of the noise it makes. You can actually even speak into it. Hello, and it changes your voice. And I feel a little like an elephant, although the elephant has a nose like this. And you can also make things like a rainbow. So maybe there's a rainbow at the beach. So you can just shove it in there and it stays like that. How cool is that? So now you have a rainbow. I'm gonna look at that. It made a cute little circle. This is fun. So you can make little circles with your little sound tube.
Miss Meredith, what do you think would happen if you kind of rolled it sideways in the sand?
Let's try it. We'll flatten it out a little bit. And put that hole back in there. All right. Flatten, flatten, flatten. And roll. Ooh, look at those little lines. That's pretty neat. So you're creating patterns from the ridges of your sound tube. Great suggestion, Georgina. You can make them go crossy and make little itty bitty diamonds. That looks like fabric, kind of neat.
See, I think it looks like scales on a fish.
Yeah, it does.
I got beach on my mind.
Yes, as you should. We're at the beach with this sensory bin. And then you get a shovel, of course. because shoveling sand is definitely fun. And you can just press lightly and just get the top of the sand, or dig deep and dig up all the sand. So the next thing I have here, these are fun little treasures. So we have a seahorse. We have a yellow fish. Ooh, a seashell. A green seashell. I wonder if that's a conch shell.
It is.
Thank you for confirming that.
You are welcome.
We have our starfish. And is this a snail or a sunshine? I don't
Whatever
know.
you want it to be.
It's both.
It almost looks like a hermit crab.
Oh, maybe that's what it is. I'm still working on my shapes. Very good. So what I like to do with those fun little things that come in our sensory bins is hide them in the sand. And then we try to find where they're hidden. So let's see here. Actually, there used to be a game I would play with our viewers. And what I would do, I think what I would do is I'd place these all around our sensory bin, and then I'd close my eyes and I'd pick one up, and all of you would see the one that I picked up. But since my eyes were closed, I wouldn't know which one I picked up. So I could guess which one it was that I picked up, and you guys could tell me if I was right or wrong. Do you guys want to play that with me? Do you guys think you'd like to play along? All you have to do is tell me if I'm right with my guess or if I'm wrong. So I'm going to close my eyes and sprinkle these in the sensory bin. And Georgiana, you have to let me know if our viewers out there, if I guess right or wrong, and if none of our viewers know if it's right or wrong, you have to let me know. Okay?
Gotcha. I'll be
Okay.
the judge.
Okay. All right. I'm closing my eyes now. Okay. All right. So I'm picking up one of our fun little shapes, and I'm guessing, is it the starfish? Starfish? If I'm correct in guessing that this is the starfish, type in that yes, I'm correct. If I'm not correct, type in no. So all of our viewers out there, if I have chosen correctly, say yes. And if I have chosen not correctly, say nope. Try again. Do you have any responses out there, Georgiana?
I would say that it's a no, but close.
Okay.
You got one of the words right. You don't have the first word right.
Okay. So I guess it was a starfish. Is it a yellowfish?
It is.
Oh, well, after I played with it a little bit more, I could tell it was definitely not the starfish. Well, that was fun. Okay, so let's go ahead and just decorate our little beach scene and our little shells. Ooh, yeah, that's cool too. You can push these into the sand and it takes their it will show you what you're pushing in there. It makes an imprint. Oh, how fun. I can actually make a fish. All right, I'm going to make a fish using this shell because it looked like this shell is kind of like a fish's fin. All right, so I'm going to draw it out with the end of my with the end of my shovel. I'll draw it. So here's our fish. And it's kind of hard to see, I imagine, because I'm not using like a pencil or something. I'm just scraping the sand. All right. So what I'm talking about is this type of thing where you can color in or actually like make the pattern of the scales using the imprint of the shell. And it's really neat because it's working. So this is like a really cool fish that I don't know if it exists in the world, but it could. It very well could. It's probably like some kind of tropical fish that not a lot of people see all the time. And then,
It's almost like camouflaged.
yeah, camouflage fish. Here's our eyeball. And then we need some bubbles. Bubble, bubble, bubble. All right, let's see if you guys can see my fish. You guys. All right, this is cool. Good job. Good thinking. Okay, so that is another way you can play with your sensory bin. All right. So should we open up our mermaid bin and see what's in that one?
Of course.
All right, let's do it. Yeah,
We can go beach to sea.
beach to sea. It makes a lot of sense. Yeah. All right. There we go. And like I said, I'm just going to put the top on so we can play with it a little bit more later. So in our mermaid bin, there's a different type of fun sensory stuff to play with. So here's our instructions. So I should mention on our instructions, there are listed a couple fun things to try, like counting the amount of items inside the bin, naming each item and creature, making up a story about your mermaid adventures, identifying the colors of each gem, and so many more. So if you're looking for ideas as to how to play with your sensory bin, we have them in the instructions. So in this one, we have some sweet little mermaids. Hi. And these are also the foamy shapes. So they're soft, but can be stuck into the sand or whatever we have here. So there's one mermaid, there's two mermaids. Here's another shuffle. We have a treasure chest. Ooh, is there treasure inside? No, not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet. But I found the treasure to go inside. Let's see if I can put some of these in here now. Shiny, sparkly things. All right. Yep. There we go. As they should go in there. Oh, our little squeaky octopus. My dogs would be going crazy hearing that. We have some fun coral. A beautiful iridescent shell. And a fun iridescent seahorse. Cool. Okay, so this is very different. It's not as heavy as the sand from the beach kit. And it also comes in a reclosable bag just in case you want to put it away later. So let's see what this one's all about. It definitely looks different and feels different. So it's much lighter and wigglier. Oh my goodness, look at how wiggly this is. It's wiggly. That's fun. Wiggly like water. What is this? This is awesome. Look at it's like Jello. Okay. Ooh. And that spreads really, really nicely. So this is really a different feel than the sand. It's much softer, but it isn't as compact. So I don't think you could make a snowman out of it if you wanted to, but it does definitely act like water, but like a tangible, like sensory water.
So you can actually squeeze it into kind of a tight ball, and then when you open your hand, you watch it wiggle.
Okay, good job, Georgiana. Way to help me navigate this cool stuff. It's growing. Okay, so I squeeze it together and then watch as it grows apart. So it almost feels like fabric, like I don't know, like little bits of fabric because it's not really wet and it's not super dry though. Almost like crumbles of like, I don't know what it is.
It reminds me kind of carpet in a sense.
Yeah.
Because carpets are a bunch of little pieces, but if you could just
Yeah.
pull carpet out, which you should not do, but
But you can
Yes.
if you need to, but you don't need to.
No.
You don't need to do that. Just get the sensory bin and then you could play with this type of carpet instead. Okay, so in you go, mermaids. Yeah. She's like, oh my gosh, what is this carpet? It feels awesome. It's not a carpet, it's the ocean. Here we go. And we should definitely sprinkle our gems around. Open sesame. Oop, she got it. And we'll put this one like that. We'll put this guy over here. And so we're basically creating a fun little scene for our mermaids to swim around in. This is really cute. So I love both of these bins for different reasons. And then this little guy will hide right in here. And we'll put their little shell up here. And now we can scoop. So let's scoop and see what that looks like when we pour it back in. Does it look like water, kind of? Kind of. Again, it's just really, really a very neat texture to play with. The fact that it grows, once you compress it, it comes back to life. And it just keeps moving. It's really neat. It is very, very magical. Let's see if I can make a handprint. Ooh, I did make a handprint, but it just comes right back up. Oh, that's really neat. You can see, there's my handprint. All right. So let's try one of those fun ideas from our instructions. Let's see. Close your eyes and grab an item from the bin. See if you can identify it using your sense of touch. Well, I already did that one with our other bin. Memory game. Hide some objects under the wiggly foam. Have your child guess what's missing. Okay. Should we try that one?
I think we should.
So do my friends out there, do you want to try? And I can grab one of these items. I'll put everything underneath our water, which is not actually water, but you know what I mean. So we can play. All right, so what we have here, we have our gemstones, green, red, purple, yellow, and blue. We have our shell. We have two mermaids, our coral, our octopus, and our treasure chest. I'm going to put everything under the water and grab one item and keep it in my hand. If you are following along, write into the comments area what you think I have in my hand.
How about I'll turn the camera off?
Oh, great idea.
All right, it's gonna
Okay.
face Miss Meredith for a second, so you can't see her bin.
Okay. Okay. So you can't see the bin. I'm going to grab something out of it right now, and then I'll cover everything else up. Okay. I'm going to take you. Okay, now I'm going to cover everything up using the shovel. Right. Please stand by for further play.
I should insert some ocean waves.
Right.
With underwater noises. That was my fish impression.
Right. I don't know. That was a boat. Bloop, 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 bloop. We're almost done covering everything up. We're almost everything up. All right. Now, some items you might still be able to see a little bit of, but I'm just giving you a little clue that way. Because I don't want to make it too hard. All right. Are we ready?
Ready for a flip?
Ready. Okay. What do you think is in my hand? Look all through the bin and see if you can find what is missing. Do, 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 do. Let's list some of the items that we said were in the water before I took one. We said there were 2 mermaids, a treasure chest, lots of little gems, an octopus, piece of coral, a seahorse, and a shell. And I have the shovel over here. Did I forget anything?
That I could think of.
All right, well.
What if we discover them backwards?
Oh, okay. And then I open up my hand? Okay, we'll do that. All right, so what do we have here? We have our treasure chest. What do we have here? We have one of our gemstones. And here, another gemstone. Here, we have our shell. All right, does anyone have a guess now as to what's missing? Not yet? Okay. How about here? This is one of our little mermaids. Ooh, I see something here. Oh, it's another yellow gemstone. Here we have our friendly little squeaky octopus. Hi, squeaky octopus. And I can see here is our seahorse.
That was my guess.
Oh, not the seahorse.
Not the seahorse. Oh no.
We have our other little mermaid, our blue gemstone, and our coral. So, any guesses now as to what's in my hand? It's the red gemstone.
Oh.
Yeah. So that is a very fun game you can play at home if you have one of these sensory bins. And what's nice is that you can play that game with any of our sensory bins because they come with a lot of different materials that you can hide things under. So like in our beach bin, you could hide things under the sand. So, all right. Well, boys and girls, do we have any questions out there about our sensory bins or about mermaids or about the beach? If you have any questions, please feel free to write in and we will do our best to answer them. Let's create another little scene. Once upon a time, there was a little mermaid who loved to do flips in the water. And she'd go in circles over and over and over again. And she had so much fun doing it. The other mermaids were like, oh my gosh, how in the world can you flip around like that so easily? And this mermaid's like, I don't know, I'm just really good at it. And then what she noticed is this little mermaid over here, she was super duper good at cooking. So she made amazing desserts all the time. And this little mermaid was like, hey, how in the world do you know how to make desserts that are so delicious like that? She's like, I don't know. It just comes naturally to me. I can make like brownies and cakes and stuff really, really easily. She's like, well, isn't that amazing? We're both super duper good at different things, but we're friends. And they both went off and tried each other's little special talents, knowing that maybe they're not as good as each other, but they're still having fun doing them together. The end. So that's a little story I just made up, if you couldn't tell. And it's kind of fun to just make up stories about the characters in your sensory bins. All right. Well, Georgiana, what do you think?
I think that was a lot of fun.
I think so too. And boys and girls, I hope you had some fun watching and listening to us play with our sensory bins. So if you're so interested, maybe you can check out some sensory bins on your own. And thank you for joining us, and I look forward to the next time. Bye-bye.